Welcome to the Postmodern family.
So if you like our videos, go ahead and subscribe.
We heard a lot about how terrible British food is.
We've already said as much in our Americans Love UK Food, in which we talk about English, the full English breakfast.
Yeah, so we covered Wetherspoons in that video. So
Yes.
what we wanted to do is just show you some other types of food in the UK.
The full breadth and depth of
That's
UK
right.
food will show you 5 different meals that we had that are characteristic of UK food.
Yeah. All right, so 5-day food tour. We had a full English breakfast in a hotel setting, which is like a buffet. And that's one of the great things I think about living here in the UK is they expect the full English as the breakfast food in the hotels. Whereas in America, you would usually get continental breakfast, which just means...
For our UK viewers, what is the continental breakfast?
Continental
in its full
breakfast.
glory.
In the US, no meat, no eggs. You've got toast, maybe bagels, and then jam, some fruit.
So hands down,
Cereal.
at hotels, the UK breakfast is much better than the US.
Yes. I don't think I've experienced a continental breakfast at all here in the UK. The full English. This is a buffet now.
Okay.
In the hotel. Sausages, full tray.
Yeah.
Bacon, full tray. Tomatoes, full tray. Black pudding.
Which is pig's blood in weeds.
Fried bread
Yeah.
form. Very delicious, though I didn't have it this time. But it is pictured.
Yeah.
Beans,
Yes.
eggs, and this hotel had scrambled eggs and also fried eggs. Then you've got mushrooms, which I found now is my favorite.
Yes.
It just really adds the flavor.
And hash browns.
Hash browns.
Yes. And toast.
The second day,
So we went to a really fancy restaurant. Of course, expecting that the more you pay, the better the food's gonna be. So what did we order? You ordered this is laughable because it's a really fancy restaurant.
bangers and mash.
Hey!
Well, I was looking at the menu thinking, there's nothing here that's really English, and I really wanted to show classic English food. So what I ended up doing, and so this is a great example of great customer service in the UK, is I asked them if they could
Yes,
do
because I know some of you were offended
by our UK customer service. Anyway,
Okay.
I ordered off the children's menu and asked them to make it adult-sized portion and charge me an adult-sized price. And the waiter was very happy to do that for me, and he didn't say that he needed to check with the kitchen or anything. He was like, yeah, that sounds great. I think we can do that for you.
Although he was perplexed by your request.
Maybe, but everyone would be. So I got bangers and mash.
Mind you, almost without fail, whenever we eat at a restaurant, she makes a special request. And it's infuriating. You cannot just simply order from the menu.
They didn't have anything that was classic British.
You always have a reason, but let's go.
Anyway, bangers and mash is basically sausages and mashed potatoes with a side of peas. Felipe ordered pork belly, right?
Pork belly, which I've never found at a U.S. Restaurant actually. So it's the bottom, it's the belly of the pork, and
Lots of fat.
typically, the belly itself is kind of thick, and then where the skin is, it's supposed to be really crispy and actually quite hard.
And there's a part called crackling, right?
Yeah.
That is usually on the top layer.
Yeah.
Is the crackling is this crispy skin.
Yeah.
But they had it in this fancy restaurant as like strips.
So yeah, that was like the best part actually.
Yeah. So unfortunately,
The
we
food
didn't
was
like
crap.
their food. The food was in this strange soy sauce. Mine was in soy sauce, and so was yours. And
Yes.
why? I have no idea why they put soy sauce in a bangers and mash or in your pork belly.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that we didn't like about this.
Quack, quack.
Yeah. Day 3.
Yes, we went to a pub. So here, a pub is sort of like a bar, but not really a bar. You wouldn't expect to have a kitchen with food. Sometimes they do. Here, pubs usually have a kitchen, but it's more like a restaurant.
Yeah. And they've made it quite family friendly now all across the UK. So it's not like there's a bad stigma for young children to be there. It's like a family restaurant. I ordered a pie, which is like a savory pie, which would be filled with meat, and it's a lamb meat pie. But unfortunately, it didn't come out traditional, where it would be stuffed inside a pie crust. They just topped it with like a piece of pie.
Yeah, but you said it was good.
It was very flaky. It was good. What are you getting?
Just getting a burger.
Classic.
Yes, burger and chips, but I'm getting my favorite dessert, which is sticky toffee pudding. Giant portions, though. Again,
huge. We could not finish it. Portions are actually quite big. They're not the tiny European ones that you imagine, like in France or Italy.
There was sticky toffee pudding. Okay, so tell us about the concept of pudding.
Pudding in America, we think of kind of like a yogurt, but it doesn't need to be refrigerated. It's just like a...
And it's what, chocolatey?
Chocolate or vanilla flavored, kind of like a yogurt, but it's like full of preservatives, so you don't have to put it in the refrigerator. Now, in the UK...
It's the same word for dessert.
Dessert.
Yes.
So after you have your main meal, they say, are you ready for pudding?
Yeah, so at first I was like, why on earth would I have Bill Cosby's chocolate pudding after my meal? I've never had that.
Yeah.
Now that we've clarified what pudding is, so sticky toffee pudding, I have found to be, hands down, the best pudding dessert ever. This is the best dessert there is of all time.
I had a apple and something crumble. And the weird thing about here in the UK is they like to put cream, like heavy cream. In America, we would call it heavy cream. They like to pour it on top of their desserts. So if you have a cheesecake, pour that on. If you have a brownie, pour that on. If you have a crumble, pour that on. If you have ice cream with fruit, pour that on. They just pour this heavy cream on everything.
Yeah.
This one actually had custard to pour on top. That food was much better than the more expensive restaurant. And then, day 4, we had some
Chinese takeout.
So in America we call it Chinese takeout, but here they call it takeaway. I ordered Singapore rice noodles or 新加坡米粉.
So I had Shangangji,
Had
sweet and sour chicken. That's what they call it, Hong Kong chicken. And Tzu Cao Fan.
And so we used our 筷子, and we were all 3 of us got to eat with our 筷子, right?
But the chicken pieces were big,
huge.
Like that. So I thought, is this really chicken? I don't know.
It tasted good. I would actually rank this
out of
the
10?
Chinese food higher than the pub food and the restaurant food. I thought it was delicious.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right, so day 5, Indian curry.
Yes, which is spectacular. So in the U.S., you struggle to find a curry house. It's very, very
they don't even
rare.
call it curry houses in America.
What do they
it's
call
just
Indian
restaurants. So we have a local place that we go to quite often on Sundays because it has like a Sunday buffet, and it just tastes so good. I love the naan bread, and I would say it's very similar to American Indian. What's really interesting, I guess, about it is that it's more popular than Chinese takeaway. Indian takeaway is like the takeaway item to do if you want to eat at home, order for delivery. It includes papadoms. I hadn't heard of that.
Say like Dorito chips, but big and a lot thinner.
Yeah, and round.
Yeah,
very good. So Indian takeaway is really good, and I would actually rank that higher than Chinese takeaway. So in terms of my favorite food to eat in our 5-day food tour, is the Indian food.
Okay, and that completes our 5-day food tour. If you liked any of the food, go ahead and comment in the comment section. And if you like our videos, go ahead and subscribe.
In case you're wondering, this is not just food. This is a baby in
These
here.
are the 5 days of meals right here.
No, there's a growing child in here.
There's a growing curry in there.
All Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed our video, and we'll see you hopefully next time.
See ya.
Bye.